To you and welcome to another exciting edition of your favorite business development program on radio, Masterclass. Masterclass is powered by Joy Business and brought to us today by Goyle. Goyle, they say good energy. Goyle, Yanara, Yedia. Masterclass comes your way every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. and runs all the way through to 2:15 p.m. here on your superstation Joy 99.7. My name, as always, is Yaw Barnafo, and I'm excited to be your host for today's edition of Masterclass. Last week here on the show, we ended what was like a 5-week discussion or conversation on artificial intelligence and business. And we're privileged to have that discussion here with Kobe Spike in Chroma. Kobe, good afternoon to you wherever you are if you're listening to us. Thank you so much for sharing all of those insights. Here on the show, he talked to us about artificial intelligence and business. He talked to us about AI and data collection. He also spoke to us about how powerful data was and still is. And he also mentioned that whether we like it or not, every single day we wake up, we go and come about our business, we're creating data. And so it's essentially up to us to determine what we want to do with that data. We can mine it, we can process it, we can use it for better decision making, or we can do nothing about it and still expect everything to change. That's essentially up to us. On today's show, we still are in the area of technology, if you like, but we want to move slightly into an area of application of technology. Now that we've learned about AI and how it can help your business with data and putting your business out there and becoming the best that you can be, we want to see how we can apply this kind of technology again to make our businesses better. And so moving into the area of marketing, social media marketing to be precise. And under that umbrella, we're going to be looking at today's conversation, a specific area of the common mistakes and how to avoid them, common mistakes that people make in social media and how to avoid them. We're privileged in today's conversation to have another renowned Ghanaian, very, very well versed in his area of endeavor. And he's an award-winning certified digital marketer. He's a media expert. He's a PR professional. He's a blogger. He's also a publicist and an influencer. He's passionate about helping individuals, brands, and businesses to communicate their value and build their online presence. He also helps brands to communicate with a target audience by leveraging effective digital media and communication strategies to help them increase their brand awareness, visibility, and engagement. Currently, our resource person for this afternoon also works as a digital marketer at the UBA Ghana Limited, and in this role, he's responsible for directing the bank's digital marketing efforts. My guest for this afternoon's conversation on social media marketing is none other than Edward Asare. Drum roll.
Hello.
Eddie, you're welcome to the conversation.
Thank you so much, my brother.
I'm super excited. You know, in Ghana today, when I got the topic for social media, I thought to myself, okay, that's an interesting one. And I'm hoping that all of my listeners will get very interactive when we get interactive and open the phone lines, because today it will be safe to say that to an extent, without mentioning any numbers and figures, that the general population is significantly active on social media, whether they're doing it the right way or not. Significantly active. People are now going to areas of creating what they call content. We're learning some of the lingua, creating content, posting people online. It's become a big thing now. Hours and hours are spent on social media, whether it's to promote your business or to promote your person, or whether your person is your business or your business is your person, whichever way it is, people are spending time on social media. So I expect this conversation to be a very interesting one because it affects quite a large amount of people.
Right.
Having said that, we know that this show is a business show and we're focusing on entrepreneurs and our business people and all of that. So by all means, we know that there'll be something in there for them as well. And the focus essentially is on our entrepreneurs.
Right.
But in the 4-week conversation we're going to have, for those who like to take notes, we'll be looking at the areas of common mistakes that people make on social media and how to avoid them. That's what we're doing today. We'll also be looking at search engine optimization. Search engine optimization. If you have a product of any sort, when I'm looking for that product or that category of products, where does your product rank? How does it come up? We're also going to be looking at influencer marketing. A lot of people today say they are influencers because they have a lot of following on social media. So what are you influencing? What do you stand for? And then, of course, in the final week, God willing, we'll also be looking at monetizing all of this social media and content. Now, Eddie, just to sort of start the conversation, I went online to find out what some people have said about social media and business. And maybe I just mention a few of them.
Okay.
And then, of course, Eddie has obliged us some wonderful slides. For those of us who are watching us live on Facebook, we'll put those slides up so that you can follow, make some notes for yourself. But otherwise, if you're driving, just listen and you can just remember. Pretty easy to remember as well, and we can just apply them.
Right.
So here's Eric Kalman. Eric Kalman is an American author of socialnomics. And here's what he had to say about social media. He says, "We don't have a choice on whether we do social media. The question is how well we do it.
This is deep.
The question is how well we do it. That's Eric
Right.
Kalman. Of course, the Bill Gates also talks about social media and says the internet is becoming the town square for the global village of tomorrow. Jeff Bezos, CEO of Amazon, he says it is hard to find things that won't sell online. It is hard to find things that won't sell online.
Right.
Alexis Ohanian also says the social media landscape changes incredibly fast, so you have to be open-minded and nimble to keep up with it. Again, Bill Gates comes again and says, if your business is not on the internet, then your business will be out of business. Now, here's the last one I'll share, which sort of, it just resonates with me quite a bit. And maybe I'm sure you'll talk about it today. It says, this is from Matt Gulat. Matt says, social media is about the people, not about your business. Provide for the people, and the people will provide for you.
For you.
I'll end it here. I'll say amen.
Amen.
So let's go straight to your slides. What are some of the, maybe you can just sort of introduce it a bit for us, because
Okay.
you're a professional.
Right.
And you are like a 360-degree professional, because you got PR, you've got the blogging, you've got the publicist, and then you also, a digital marketer and all of that. So maybe just sort of, let's all go to school today. For those of us who have just thrown ourselves into it and we're doing it.
Okay.
What are some of the cardinal things to know, just as an introductory comment, if you will? And then we can just sort of dive into the common mistakes that people make.
Okay. So, digital marketing is just like a music band. Sorry to say. So in the band you have a keyboardist, you have a bass guitarist, you have the
A drummer.
singer. Everybody's in
Yeah.
there. So you just like that's how digital marketing also is. And in digital marketing, you have the social media marketing, you have search engine optimization, you have email marketing, you have blogging, you have copywriting. All of these things make up digital marketing. So some people could have some fair knowledge about all of these practices, but you could decide to focus on a particular
Specialize,
area.
if you will.
If you
Yes.
want to.
Right.
Yeah. So somebody like me, just like you said, who wants to be a 360 professional in digital marketing, had tried to learn about all of these things to make my work quite easy. But today, for instance, we are going to be focusing on social media. Why is it even important? When I started off as a digital marketer in 2016, thereabout, people would ask you, so what work do you want to do? You say social media manager, and they were like, hey, I mean, your real work.
I get that.
Yes, and so many companies don't even have a social media manager as a role.
They should see you
never had
today.
it.
Edward, they should see you today.
Well, but as time went on, they created job descriptions, they created portfolios for these in various organizations because they've noticed that the platform is becoming very, very much powerful. You understand? So now let me talk about the digital marketing. It's basically the use of online channels to reach your customers wherever they may be. You understand? And for social media, just using social media platforms to reach people. Now, why did I even decide to start with mistakes? Because so many people are on social media, and there is always a feeling like, okay, I've been able to open an account. I'm a social media person. Of course, we all are. You understand? We're always using it. People have numerous social media apps on their phone, checking news, checking what's going on in the sports world.
Posting.
Yes. Even getting relationships out of there. So many people got their husbands and their wives.
Making
on
business. People are making money out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That one as well. So now people feel that because these platforms are very easy to use, it means that they have the knowledge to use it to make money. You understand? Because with just an email address or a phone number, you're able to create a platform for yourself. Now, let me go on to the very first mistake. The very first mistake, I'm going to start from the last one that you mentioned. You don't even have a social media platform at all. There are so many people who are looking for the product you have. People have become, in a quote, lazy. They don't want to go out to make purchases.
I always say that the consumer today is spoilt for choice.
Yeah. Exactly.
Spoilt for choice. So the
So
thing
many
you are selling, 5 other people are selling the same thing. to you.
Exactly.
And everybody's competing to make it easier.
Exactly.
Right.
And all of those people are constantly on their phone. I don't know. I don't know how many minutes you can go without even holding your phone. And those people are constantly looking for the product that you have. So if you are not on social media, that's one of the mistakes that you're even making in the first place. That you are not using these platforms that are free to use to market your goods and services.
So what we're saying is that as a business person, you're listening to us this afternoon,
Yeah.
as an entrepreneur, let's say that your business is an age-old business, a family business. It's grown over time, from generation, from grandpa to daddy to you, and you're managing it and you're going to pass it on to your son. And so you've done it in a certain way.
Yeah.
Let's say that you make shoes and you've always done it in a certain way, family tradition. What we're saying is that the first mistake that you make as a business which exists in this century with all these changes is not to be on social media.
You are not there.
That's the point you are making.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because people are constantly looking for you. Now, the next mistake is the lack of strategy. Because these platforms are easy to use and it's easy to create a page for yourself, people feel like, oh, after having a business plan, I can just open an account. And the sad thing too, brother? Now, people develop their business plan. They allocate a budget to everything that they want to do. And then they forget social media. And then later they were like, oh, I have to use social media. And they will, okay, let me just allocate 200 cities to social media. I mean, how could you treat social media as an afterthought? You understand? It has to be part of the key things you do as a business person in these current times. You can't just decide that, okay, after developing my fashion business line and getting all the equipment that I need, now I can allocate some free time to create social media and use it to market my goods. It doesn't work like that. If you do it like that, you fail. And in the strategy, you have to get to understand what kind of return on investment you want to attain. Whether you want to increase sales, whether you want to get more app installations, you want to get more website visits, you want to get clicks on a link, whether you want to get more sales, all of those things have to be in your plan. Now, let me tell you a story. There's this lady who one time came to the bank to make a complaint that she ran an ad on social media and then she's not getting the sales that she needed. So she thought her card had an issue. So when she came, I realized that the way she was running her ad is quite wrong. She was choosing visibility and reach over DMs, which is messages that will request people to buy the good. So what she wanted to do is to get more sales, but the motive for which she went there was to get more visibility. You understand? These are two different things, and all are in the call to action of all of these campaigns that you run on social media. So what I did was I ran a different campaign for her, and then I made it easy for people to now send her DMs by just a click of a button. And with those AI generated messages, you can just ask, how much is the product? Is it available? And with that, she was able to make some more sales on her social media platforms for the product that she was selling at that point in time. So I think one of the things that you have to make note is that you have a clear strategy as to what you want to achieve before you even get onto the platform. Else, you just be doing anything at all. You'll be there thinking that you have a business that is doing so well, but it might end up failing because you don't have a clear objective of what you want to achieve on these platforms. And
Eddie, indulge me, just maybe some 30 seconds. Let's
Right.
talk about this point again.
Right.
And I'm asking us to talk about it again because I need our businesses to understand that in every application, and I wish that Uncle Ibo Richardson was listening so that he would call in during the interactive time and explain this to us. In every application, or maybe Kobe Spikey, if Kobe is listening, please call and explain this thing to us. In every application, there is a front end and there's a back end.
right.
The front end is what we see. So it's all lovey-dovey. I go on IG and I see the colors, I see people's posts, and I'm excited about it, and I'm looking.
Right.
There is, should I say, a schematic or an analogy behind what you see, which is on the back end. And that is based on the objective of what's to be achieved. And the builders of these apps have made it
Right.
open-ended,
Yeah.
so that you, the user, can say, what do I want this to do for me?
Right.
So in short, what I'm saying is, regardless of the app you are on, ask yourself, what do I want the app to do for me?
For me.
That's the point you are making.
Exactly.
How can the app do this for me?
Yeah.
And then it comes to analytics. So in
Exactly.
30 seconds, I'll leave you alone.
Right.
You are the professional. Help my listeners understand that it's not just about seeing colors and playing and moving and understanding how to do it.
Right.
But you must understand the matrix of each app. Understand what you want from it and how you can get Just talk about that for me for a minute.
Okay, so with the back end and the front end thing you were talking about, just so you know, most of these platforms, in fact, all of them have a business feature. So you could have a personal one and then you have a business one. And if you go on Facebook, you have a personal Facebook page, you have a business one. If you don't know how to create a Facebook page, just come on Google, or if you look for the yellow flag on Facebook, that's where you create a business page. Now, when you create a business page, you as a business owner, you are able to see the back end of how to use all of these tools that are available to the business owner, okay? And just like you're saying, now, what we see at the back as the business owner on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn is different from what you'll be seeing in the front end. Now, we determine what kind of content we put on there. And then we determine what copy we want to put on there. After doing all of that, we just hit a publish button, and then you at the other side get to see the post that we have made. Now, based on the post we made, you make a decision as to whether you want to do business with us or not. Now, these platforms have their own AI algorithm that they use to determine which people now get to see the post that you made. But you as a business owner have to use copywriting and keywords in your post so that they'll be able to get to the people that you wanted to get to. Now, another thing that people tend to forget is that they don't really add a call to action to their post. You are selling something. People want you to tell them what to do. Okay, you've posted something. So what should I do? Tell them what to do. And I'll be talking about pricing and all of those things as we go on in the...
So would I be right to say that social media is not a notice board? It's intentional and it's deliberate.
Exactly. Very deliberate.
Would I be right to say that?
Of course.
Because most people think that it's a notice board. Oh, put it there, they will see it. And then what?
And then what should I do? So that's where the call to action is when it comes to copywriting.
I think my point is made. Please continue.
Okay. And then the next thing I would have to do is consistency. Inconsistent branding. And I'm somebody that believes that you should have a decent presence on all the platforms that are available. Some people argue that you have to use the platforms that are relevant to your business. Look, I've run social media platforms and I've come to realize that some businesses that are doing so well on Instagram, okay, do not have a presence on Twitter. And guess what happens? Just guess. Oh, let me tell you.
Somehow, the way you are looking at me, I don't want to guess. Tell me.
Let me tell you. So now somebody somewhere would not pick your business details and go and establish your presence on Twitter as well.
Impersonation.
Yes, scamming people from your hard-earned audience that you've created on Instagram. Or let's say you are present on Facebook and then you are not on Instagram. So there is the possibility that people would end up creating fake accounts for you if you are not on those, if you are not able to capture all of these places. So if you are a business that is doing so well on a particular platform, there's a likelihood that if you go on to other platforms too, they will get to like you. So I'm an advocate for businesses having presence on all platforms. For UBA, for instance, we are on TikTok. Now, you ask yourself, what is a bank doing on TikTok? But it is very important to reach people that are there, the Gen Zs and the young folks who are always there jumping and dancing. So we create very entertaining content for them and put it on there. It's a bank. We mean serious business. But people have to know you. They have to know you. You understand? So I think business have to be very consistent with their presence on all of these platforms. If you have a particular name on one platform, you should run through all of them. People use different platforms. Look, as I'm here right now, from Facebook, I open Instagram. From Instagram, I open Snapchat. From Snapchat, I open TikTok. And mind you, the best known product beats the best. And one of the ways to make sure that you are always on top of the mind of people is to make sure you are on all of these platforms that are
visible. You're seen.
Be visible. And look, you don't even have to be doing so much on the platform that you don't get much money on. You can focus your energy on a platform that gives you much visibility, but then have a decent presence. So if, let's say, you are a business that gets a lot of sales from Instagram, have a decent presence on Facebook, have a decent presence on Twitter, at least to curb those fraudsters who try to use your business information.
And it even helps with what you refer to as top-of-mind awareness.
Exactly.
So that if you are here, I mean, assuming I'm a Facebooker and I'm not on Twitter,
Yeah.
and I'm looking for somebody to do something that you provide, because you've already profiled your customers,
Yeah.
you'll miss out on that.
Exactly.
And the point I was trying to make here is that time was when we used to profile customers and consumers and say, this is the age, this to this, these ones are students, this one are... These days, the lines are blurring in between the segments.
Exactly.
So while the segments are still important, at least maintain a decent
A
presence
decent presence.
in all the platforms. That's what
Exactly.
you're saying.
Exactly.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
And now, let's go to the next thing, which is quality content. The content is what run the platforms. So, I get people come to me and, Edward, I want to start social media marketing and all of that. Okay, I ask you, do you have content? Oh, I don't have content. Content is what actually runs the pages. Some people think it's followers. No, it's not. In the initial stages, if you're worrying yourself over followers, you run out of business. You actually stop.
But what creates the followers?
The content, the value.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that's what you have to start with. Quality content. Start. And some people think they have to be so good to start. You have to start with what you have. Start before you are ready. You understand? So start with posting regularly. Be consistent about it. And make sure that the content you are posting has high quality.
Do you know, Edward, I'll just say this. My little experience on social media.
Yeah.
I have, and just to support the point you're making.
Yeah.
I found that people follow you for different reasons.
Okay.
Not necessarily because they like your content. Some people even follow out of solidarity. You followed me, so I'll follow you back.
I'll follow you back.
It's amazing. So you are right.
Yes.
Start.
Start.
Just post regularly.
Just start.
Whatever you're posting, just post.
Post.
Because
Post.
people follow
It's
for
another
very
point.
weird reasons. Eh?
Very weird reasons. And the quality content I was mentioning, look, people judge you from the way you look, from how you appear. We make assumptions based on looks. So because of that, you have to put some effort in the content you put out there. Somebody can just come to your Instagram and then just by swiping 1, 2, 3, decide that you are a business that they want to
Deal with.
deal with, or just ignore because of the quality of content you have on your page. It might be so trivial, but look, just get a photographer, get some very good pictures on your pages, get a graphic designer, get some very, very good graphics on your page, and trust me, this can save you a great deal than going around asking your family members and your friends, go and follow my Instagram. If they don't follow your page, then you tag them as witches and wizards. Like they are not helping your business.
Don't
to do
ask
well.
me to follow. Do what
Do
will make
what?
me follow.
Exactly.
Make,
So
make it so compelling that I don't have a choice.
yes,
That I'll follow.
exactly. So content is very, very much important. You might be asking, so how do I even get a content? What's the strategy? One, your product itself is a content. You know, your service that you're providing is a content that you can provide. Now, you don't have to be too salesy. Now, people get easily bored. Nobody, unless of course they have a complaint or they want a product that you are selling, they come to your page directly. Most people are actually looking for entertainment. People want to have fun. People just want to have fun. You understand? So
We don't swipe.
exactly.
Swipe.
So you have to make sure that once in a while you put in some form of cool, entertaining content on your pages, so that at least people, apart from the product you're selling or the service you're providing, people have something else that they come to your page to get.
Do you know, there's something I've seen on social media,
Yeah.
and it supports the point you're making.
Yeah.
Don't be too salesy. I
Yeah.
mean, it's our word today. Don't
Yeah.
be too salesy.
Yeah.
People put the product. So let's say their shoes or their bags or their t-shirts.
Yeah.
Brilliant photographs. And you'll see them and you wonder, are they 3D? You can almost touch them.
Yeah.
And they put no other information. And the only thing you see is a button at the bottom that says, shop now.
Okay.
Now, the thing is they're not telling you about price. They're not putting it in your face. They're just saying, look at it. Do you like it?
Do you
It looks
like it?
beautiful, doesn't it?
Exactly.
If you like it, then you are now looking for information to go in. I know it works both ways,
Yes.
but it supports the point you're making that
course.
if the first thing I see is a price tag, and if I can't afford it, then I move on.
Yeah.
Then I don't even appreciate the product.
Exactly. So the content really matters when it comes to this thing. And now, consistency. Now, people ask, how often should I even post? How frequent should I post? I am an advocate for frequency when it comes to social media. The people who are patient enough to post consistently and market their goods are the ones who reap in the long term. Look at any business that is doing so well on social media, and you will notice that these people have been consistent with the way they do their business. I've always said this thing, that it is better to post once a day for 7 days than to post 7 times in one day and go for rest for 6 days.
Please say that again. Say
Let me
it very
say it again.
slowly
Yeah.
so that my people can hear you.
It is better to post once a day for 7 days than posting 7 times in one day and going to rest for 6 days. Do you understand? So the whole point is to make sure that every single day you show up. Every single day you show up. Now, when you keep showing up, the platform gets to learn your language. The platform crawls your page. When I say crawl, it indexes the information you put on your page, and based on that, they are able to recommend it to the people that matter. You know, you ask yourself why you go to the pages, social media pages, and you get to see the very content that you are always interested in. If you like somebody who likes suits, you always see suits. If you be checking out baby products, you always see baby products. These platforms learn the way you do your posting on your platform, and then they recommend it to the people that are interested in your product. That is why now followers don't really matter, even though it has some form of importance in it. But right now, it's more about people who are interested in your product. So you can be able to reach a lot of people, even with like 100 followers, because you are able to provide consistent and relevant content over time.
Consistency.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very strong point for businesses. Consistency.
Yeah.
Being there, because today someone has come to look for you, you're
Yeah.
there. Tomorrow they come, you're not there.
Yeah.
Consistency is
Consistency
key.
is very key.
Right.
Now, prices. Brother, how many times have you gone to social media and then you saw a very nice shoe? Now you check the caption, there's no price. Nothing. And just like you said, we are sport with choice. So many people are on social media marketing, and you don't have a price. The next thing I'll do is just swipe to the next one. People don't have time. We don't have time. And the convenience that comes with, oh, I've seen a shoe, 500 Ghana cedis. Can I buy it? Yes. But do you know the thing? So many people are scared that when they put prices on their goods and services, it will scare people off. No, you're not selling to everybody. You have your customers in there. The only thing you have to do is to make sure that you provide them with the price of that product. Save them the time of coming to your DM and asking you how much is this one. And even with that one, you don't even come back on time to reply them. So by the time you come back tomorrow and come and reply, oh please, our shoe costs 500 Ghana cedis. I had bought it from somebody who had shown the price boldly on their product. It saves all of us some time when it comes to social media.
But I think I'm smiling. I'm smiling broadly because
Tell me.
the point you make about price, we shouldn't be afraid to put the price there.
Yeah.
We can't be all things to all men. I remember there's a joke about a guy who walked into a pen shop, beautiful pens, and he saw a Parker pen, and I think the pen was going for 2,500 cedis or something. I was like, he exclaimed, says, "Why? Why is it so expensive? I think it's more than a woman." But the person who admires that pen will buy it. So that's the point you're making. Don't be afraid to
show your price,
because you're not selling price, you're selling value.
Value. Just like you said.
You're selling value.
Value. So please, if let's say you want to save yourself making graphics, so some people put their price on a graphic, and maybe the prices would change maybe the next month. So they want to save themselves the cost of doing several graphics. You can just put the price in your copy. The copy is like the caption of your post. You understand? So that's one of the ways you can manage this situation of not using your prices.
I'm hoping there'll be a lot of questions when we get interactive so that you can show us some of the ways to do some of these things.
Okay. And then the next thing is you are not doing paid advertisement. You are relying on organic growth. You understand? And mind you, if you are a social media manager or if you are a business person right now, and you're hoping that you are going to grow organically and get the returns that people who are promoting their goods are getting at this time, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't get it. Look, every platform that sells ads, they rely on eyeballs, and they don't do it for free. Joy FM, you run ads, don't you?
We do.
Exactly. To people who might be interested in it. And then what do the business do? They pay you for that. Now, these social media platforms, do you know that they get their money through ads? That's how basically they make money.
That's why when you're watching something interesting, it's interrupted.
Yeah.
With some ad.
They have to make money. You understand? So these platforms make money through ads. So you have to put some money behind your post so that they can make it visible to people. They are more or less like an online billboard. You understand? So don't be scared to promote your goods and services on these social media platforms. If you don't do it, you are going to get very little sales. In fact, your friends and family might be buying from you, but there are so many people who are out there who are interested in the service that you are providing. I have this customer of mine that I handle with social media marketing, and you know what she does? She doesn't really know how to set up this ads on her Facebook and Instagram. So when we run a campaign for like 2 weeks, he comes back and then we run it again. based on interest. She has the content, and then within a week, she's been able to sell 30 corporate female dresses. Do you understand? And these dresses go for like 600 Ghana cedis. And then we use 1,500 cedis to sponsor this. Now look at the returns that she's getting. So many people.
30, you said?
30 in a week. Look, if you're making.
That's quite a bit.
Is that? Yeah. If you're making 30 sales, in a week by just investing 1,500 Ghana cedis into that ad, it's better than not making a sale at all when you're posting on your business. And the impressions and the reach on pages that rely on organic growth is quite low, unless of course you want to hack into the system by making the page much more funky so that people can get to see it. That's another thing that we as social media managers do to make sure that we eat into other areas of visibility without even promoting the product and services on the pages.
Right.
Now the next thing that I'll talk about is ignoring feedback and comments on your pages. So if you're online and you're doing business online, sometimes you might do something that people are not happy about.
Not happy with, yes.
They will come and make comments on your page and say some bad things. They might give you bad reviews, and some people
bully other people on social media.
Yeah. And some people are really, really scared of bad reviews. The good thing about most of these social media platforms is that for the business page, okay, when somebody comes to comment on your page and you don't like it, number one, if it is a spam or the content there is from those juju people who are always, posting spam under your post, you can just hide the comment or you delete it. Now, the thing is, when it is actually a real comment from a customer, and then you go delete it. Mostly when they make those comments, they screenshot it. You understand? And if you are not able to satisfy their needs urgently, it might become a bigger PR issue for you to go and solve.
They'll come back and then make
They'll come for you. And the moment you go very viral on social media for the bad reason, it is very difficult for you to solve. So you have to make sure that you respond to people that are coming on your pages with comments, whether good or bad, so that you can get the best.
I'm interested in that point. I want us to talk about it a bit more, but before we do that, let's take a quick message from our sponsors. When we come back, we get interactive. Welcome back. If you just tuned in, this is Masterclass here on your superstation Joy 99.7. I'm here in the studio with Edward Asari, digital marketer, and we're talking about social media marketing, the common mistakes and how to avoid them. Phone lines are now open. Numbers to call 0302-216-541. That's 0302-216-541. You can also send us your comments on 055-1111-997. If you're driving, we definitely want you to arrive alive, so please do not text while you drive. But otherwise, send us your comment on 055-1111-997. Or pick up that phone and give us a call, 0302-216-541. Social media is a big one. We're all doing social media at some point, so I'm expecting a lot of calls this afternoon here on the show. Numbers to call, 0302-216-541. If you have a motor vehicle of any kind, then Goyle has some great news for you. What do you do when you run out of fuel in your vehicle? Do you just stop anywhere? Well, if you do, then don't do that. Let's introduce you to the Good Energy family and why you must be a part of it. Goyle Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP are the best quality fuels with high performance in town for your vehicle. Goyle Super XP Ron 95 is a high-grade fuel sold at the same price as normal fuel. Goyle Diesel XP is low in sulfur, making it an eco-friendly option for your vehicle. And with our 440 stations across the nation, we ask that you join the family that rewards you with quality for an energized driving experience. Goyle, good energy. Goyle, Yenara, Yedia. Phone lines are still open. Numbers to call 0302-216-541. Let's pick up that phone. Let's learn how to avoid some of the pitfalls, particularly for us as businesses or as individuals. Whether your person is your business or your business is your person, we want to learn how to do things properly. We've talked about some of the things that we shouldn't do. Which ones are you doing? Which ones are you not doing? Pick up that phone. Give us a call, 0302-216-541, or send us your comment on 055-1111-997. Do I have a caller on the line? I think I do. Good afternoon. Welcome to Masterclass. Your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon. My name is Suka, and I'm calling from Awudome Estate.
Right. How's Awudome this afternoon, my brother?
It's cool.
Great.
Very cloudy.
Great. Great. Yeah. Talk to us, my brother.
Now, I want to know if there's a course you have to take in this program you're talking about, the digital marketing and stuff like that, or what are the basic things that you need to know in terms of how we go to school and get some qualifications.
Brilliant, brilliant. Please keep listening. We'll answer that question quickly. You want to take that very briefly, maybe 10 seconds?
Okay, sure.
Yes.
So if you want to become a digital marketer, one thing about it is that you have to be somebody who loves social media. Is very important for you. And currently, there are some schools that are training people in digital marketing. I know over the University of Ghana Computer Systems, Computer Department, this is some form of training for people over there.
And they certify.
Yeah, they give certificates for that. I know some friends who have been able to go there, and some other places as well. But the thing is, if you have very good communication skills, you have very good writing skills, you can be able to use social media. The thing about these platforms is that they keep updating every now and then, so you have to constantly learn about the new features that come with them. But when it comes to the content creation and keeping up with copywriting, then these are some of the skills that you can use to use the platform.
So my brother listening to us from Audome, yes, you can certify. The University of Ghana is the first place to start. But otherwise, there are some courses as well online. You can explore them. Just go online and type courses or professional courses for becoming a digital marketer. And I'm sure that you get a lot of options. Phone lines are still open, 0302216-541. Send us your comments on social media, 0551111. 997. I think I have a comment. This one is from Theophilus from Adenta. Theophilus says, which of these two is effective? Posting on your IG story and posting on your IG feed.
They are very important. Both of them are important. So when it comes to the feed, I think that one you have to do it sparingly. So let's say you can post once a day on your Instagram feed, or maybe twice. Not too much. When you post too much to it, it can make your customers, it can give you some form of fatigue.
Overload.
Yeah. And they could end up unfollowing you, or they could mute you. And the moment they mute you or they unfollow you, you are losing eyeballs.
So the answer to this question is that both are effective.
Yeah. But the next thing you have to do is that you have to use your stories a lot. For your stories, you can post like 100 times in a day, and it wouldn't spoil anything.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so both are effective, but your stories a bit more traction than your feed. This one is Esinam. It says, my name is Esinam. I need the digital marketer's contact. Okay. We will put out his contact at the end of the show, Esinam, so please keep listening. Phone lines are still open. Numbers to call 03022165541. I'm expecting quite a few calls because social media is one of those things that almost everybody does. I'm sure that all those who are listening to us have more than one social media account. Let's learn to do this properly and monetize it, make some business out of it. So pick up that phone, give us a call. Tell us what you're doing right so we can learn from it, or what you're doing wrong so again we can learn from it. Numbers to call 03022165541, or send us your comments on 05511119997. I've got a question here while we're waiting for the phone lines to ring. How does a business avoid the pitfalls of social media and therefore bad press?
Bad press. So one of the things that most businesses fear is when they get a lot of backlash on social media. It's something that is going to happen one way or the other.
I went to so and so company,
Yes.
so Adenta branch. Adenta branch. Her name is Caroline. Caroline.
You get
Hey,
it.
people can be vindictive.
Yes. Yes.
And
So-
then everybody's panicking. The whole institution goes
Yes.
into, like, you clamp down. Everybody, it happens. But when it does, how should institutions leverage on it to come back stronger?
Wow. So it's a whole PR issue. You see, that's a whole digital PR issue.
Yeah.
So when something like that happens, the first thing you have to do is relax, calm down. It has happened.
I like
to so
that.
many people.
Breathe.
Yeah. Calm down. Don't panic, because the moment you panic, you might do something that would make your issue
Worse.
Yeah. You understand? And analyze the situation. Sometimes silence is what you can use to analyze the whole thing, to solve the whole thing, by not doing anything at all about
Isn't
it.
that disrespectful? Isn't that?
Sometimes, you understand? So I'm coming. Another thing that you'd also do is that you check the velocity of the harm that had been caused. Check the account that is tweeting about you, the number of engagement that you had gained, and then reach out to the person immediately and then get to hear what the person has to say. Mostly when you reach out to the person, they are mostly angry. The things they would say.
Hey, if
Exactly.
I had to go on social media, you won't call me.
Exactly.
Why are you calling me?
Still remain calm. Listen to everything they had to say. Look, they are just like us. And then after hearing it, be sorry. Offer some form of apology.
Appear to be sorry or be
Yes.
sorry.
You have to be genuinely sorry. You have to be genuinely sorry.
Because they can tell the difference.
Yes. And then offer a solution immediately. If you can't offer a solution immediately, you can assure them of some form of solution and then give them a timeline. Okay. And now when that has been done, you can be able to give them some form of reward. compensate them for the harm that had been caused, if it will not go against your businesses anyway. Now, when you are able to do this sort of service recovery, you could end up transforming that person into an ambassador of your company.
Well, actually, you are right. You know, sometimes your best customers are the ones who fight you in the beginning.
Exactly. Sometimes.
But the process of acquisition is difficult.
Yeah.
Because most people will walk away from a situation like that.
Exactly. Now, it happens where maybe the thing had gone viral, and now it has gone to everybody had
The damage is done.
knows about it. It means that you have to do a public apology, some form of public apology, post it on your page, and then tell them about ways and means that you are going to use to solve the situation that had occurred. Or if you've done that to the customer, tell people that you've solved the issue, and then now assure people of your values and the things that you provide. Because digital PR
Should you
is
request a
very important.
rejoinder from the person once the issue has been resolved?
If the thing if the effect is really huge, then you might need something like that. You understand? And if you've been able to make contact with a person and the person is willing to make some form of public post to say that, okay, now so and so company had been able to solve my issue and this is what they did for me, it will be good. And
I'll be watching them to see if they don't do it again.
Well, that's another area of it.
All right. Okay, I've got another question here, but I'd like to hear from my listeners. Phone lines are still open. Numbers to call 0302-216-541. You can also send us your comments on social media, 055-1111-997. What are some of the common mistakes that we make on social media? What are some of the common mistakes? I think I have a comment on social media. This one says, good afternoon. I would like to know how to perform a boost on my WhatsApp business. How will it help my business and my followers? This is from Kwesi from Obuasi. Kwesi, thank you for reaching out all the way from Obuasi this afternoon.
Right. So, you know, WhatsApp belongs to Meta, right?
Yes.
With other sister companies like Instagram, Facebook. So you can be able to run an ad using Meta, and then you get messages straight into your WhatsApp message. So how do you do that is by using Meta Business. And then when you are creating an ad with Meta Business, if you don't know how to use Meta Business, just Google it. I'm sure you'll find it. Yeah. The moment you have a profile on Facebook, you should be able to do all of this thing. Even if you want to promote something on Instagram, you need a Meta Business account to do that. Now, when you start the promotion process, they ask you for your target, and then where you want to send, what you want to achieve. If you want to get more impression and engagement, if you want to get app installations, if you want to get more messages. Now, if you want to use WhatsApp, it means that you have to use the messages option. So the moment you select the messages option, it gives you a field where you can send WhatsApp messages directly when they see the product on Facebook or Instagram.
Right.
But even before that, you might have connected your WhatsApp number to your Facebook page, which can be done on the settings pane on Facebook. Now, when the ad goes live, the moment somebody clicks on it to send you a message to inquire about it, it will automatically send the message to your WhatsApp DM, and then you can reach the customer via that.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I got another question here. It says, how can a business leverage social media analytics to enhance one's business?
Analytics is very important. Now, different people are following your page. You want to know who they are, their gender, their age, the time of day that they come onto your page. And people ignore that a lot. So many people ignore it, but you have to use it. Now, maybe the people who are following your page are mostly females, and you end up selling to them male products. That's a wasted effort, unless, of course, somebody is there and want to buy something for their female friend or their mother or their sister. So that's one of the things you get to know. You get to know the demography of the people who are following your page, the time of day that they actually come onto your page to consume content. You get to know the locations that they are. Maybe a lot of people are coming to your page from Accra or Kumasi or Takoradi. Now, if you know all of these things, you know how to market to them or pitch your product to them, whether to use dispatch at a point, because most of your people are from Kumasi and your business is in Accra. So if you are selling, let's say, watches, it means you have to make provision for dispatch. or some form of delivery service to send their goods to them. So analytics is one of the things that helps businesses, and it's very easy to use. Just go onto your page on the left pane, mostly on most of these platforms. You see the analytics area. Click on it, and then it will open and show you all the data of the people who are following your page, and you do with it whatever you want to do with it.
So
as
someone
a
has already done the
marketer.
work for you
Yeah.
to see how effective your activity on social media is.
Yeah.
And it helps you to make better decisions.
As easy as that.
I've got Daniel Okojani on Facebook, and he says, "Great insights, Edward. Keep it up."
Thank you, rather. Thank you.
Okay. I've got another question here. Okay, this one is from Tom Brown from Tayman. Good afternoon, Tom Brown. He says, "Good afternoon. About social media marketing, I want to ask, what is in a name? Do names make better catch depending on how you use it and for what business it's supposed to run?"
Tom Brown. Tom Brown, names really do matter when it comes to social media. Now, I've noticed a new trend. Now, when people have a business on Instagram, they add the product that they sell to it. Because sometimes when you go on the platform, you search for Kaba and Sleet or Kente, it pulls out businesses with those names inside there. So it really do matter the name that you use on this platform, because it can help with your search appearances on the platform. Then the thing, however, is you have to be consistent with the names that you use, because I've seen so many people using different names across the platforms that they use. If it is possible, you'll be able to get the same username of your product on all of these platforms too. You can do that.
Uniformity.
Yeah, but even if the usernames have been used, make sure that the change is not too much, so that there's some form of consistency, and you are easily found by people who are interested in your goods and services.
Exciting thoughts, Edward. If we remember nothing from today's conversation, what should we remember, and what are we doing next week?
Consistency. That's one of the things that I want people
Consistency.
to note when it comes to social media. So many people are so much focused on their followership, and they forget about the consistency, the result that consistency bring. Look, if you are not making the sale today, you might make the sale tomorrow. Show up, always show up. Show up every single day on the platforms that you are using, and also do not neglect the comments of the people that come to your page, because if you're a social person, you are using social media to market, then you have to be sociable as well. Reply to the people who come to your page, give them a thumbs up, reply to their messages, and you might be building a community.
What are we doing
for yourself.
next week? What should we look forward to next week?
Next week we'll be doing
I think I have here on my script search engine optimization.
Yeah,
Is that
search
correct?
engine optimization is what we are doing next week. So
Okay.
it's one of the easiest ways to market your goods and services. If somebody's already looking for you, it means that the decision has to still
It's halfway made.
yeah, exactly. So if they're able to find you, then you know that you already have
sale
your
is
money.
made.
Exactly. So that's what we are going to focus on next week. How to make sure that we are found on all of these platforms.
Thank you so much for those wonderful thoughts. Social media marketing, common mistakes and how to avoid them. This was Edward Asari, digital marketer, sharing some wonderful thoughts with us here on Masterclass today. God willing, next week we come your way with another exciting edition of Masterclass. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you same time next week.